Cool. All right. Okay. Hello, world. Hello, Tobin. Hello, hello. The last several times that we've gone live, it's actually been Hechin's that's been hanging out with you. Um, we tonight are going to try to do some Pokemon Unite, and tonight we have Ezra on the horn, which is very good.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah. So we're gonna see if tonight, if Pokemon Unite is better with Ezra, or if it's not better with Ezra. We're hoping.
Well, I mean, okay, it's we got some big risk happening here.
Oh man, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good.
Well, let me before I can comment on whether it will or will not be better. I have to know how it's been in the past.
Mm,
What's the track record?
absolutely, absolutely. So we've been playing Pokemon Unite since day one, effectively. So Pokemon Unite 2022, I want to say. Pokemon
Yeah.
Unite lands on the Switch. I'm trying to remember how I heard about it. It was at the time my wife and I were doing a lot of Pokemon Go. We were also doing at that time it might have been Pokemon Shield, even maybe still. Um,
My wife and I put some hours into Sword and Shield.
right, right. So we were on that grind, which was good, and then we did. So when Pokemon Unite started on the Switch, got that going, and then I was like, "Oh, I don't really need it to be on my mobile phone yet." Yes, Jess Squirrel, what's up?
Well, that was until you had a baby that needed to go to sleep at night.
That's true, and then it was definitely jump
Ah,
onto the phone. What's going on?
Do you care if I hang clothes up
No,
in
absolutely.
here?
That's
Because
fine.
I'm too lazy to drag them all
No,
the way to
no,
the
you're
other
totally
room.
fine. You're totally fine. So then the other thing that I noticed is what's happening right now is Pokemon Unite is updating. And there was an update on Pokemon Unite that for some reason would not, I would load it and I would clear the cache and everything on the Switch, but it would not keep my, it would save my data, but it wouldn't update correctly. So no matter what I did, I couldn't actually like play the game when I booted up the Switch. So I'm like, all right,
right.
I still need to play. So I jumped onto the phone and I've been a mobile gamer since.
Yeah.
But
I do a
Tobin, we
lot
should,
of
yeah.
mobile gaming, but sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're gonna say you do a lot
Yeah.
of mobile gaming as well.
I was just saying I do a lot of mobile gaming, mostly because of when my time is available to game. So I do a lot of driving for work. I do in-home consultations of the kind,
Oh,
and
sure.
so if I finish an appointment early and can't get to the next one, then I just kind of end up with downtime in the
Oh,
car.
yeah.
And so I'll
Absolutely.
find a nice drive-through parking lot, and
Yep.
I'll slam a quick mobile game because they're usually mobile designed games are trying to be a little bit shorter in rounds. So
Absolutely.
this has been one. Yeah, and I'm hooked into a few others, but
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'll be honest. I had I had Pokemon Unite like pre-downloaded. I was like, I knew the day it was gonna drop, and I always loved the idea of being in on the ground floor of a game, and then I run with it, and I'm way ahead for quite a while, and then eventually I take off. Life happens, and so that's what happened with this game, where
Oh, sure.
I definitely played a lot, but have I played a lot recently? No, not really. I play occasionally. I'll play for a few days to get kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
caught back up and back into the swing of things, but like I don't just grind, so you're gonna see it. Like I think I just played my first ranked game, getting ready for the stream and making sure it was all going good on my phone.
Oh, sure.
Played the first ranked game of the season or whatever, and like yeah, so we'll see if we can even like queue together if I'm good enough to queue with you. Um, but I've played certainly enough of the game to know you know uh, most of the characters. There's a
Oh,
couple
sure.
new ones since I last played,
Oh, yeah.
and most of the I've got strong things I can do in every role. So
Oh, yeah.
We'll
Oh, yeah.
see. Will it be? So the question that we started with: will it be better with Ezra?
Surely.
I guess stay
Surely.
tuned, you know?
Absolutely. So, if y'all are also wondering how Ezra plays into this, Hechin's was down a couple years ago. He was down in, oh man, is he in California? Is that right?
I hate to do this to you.
Yeah.
A couple years is so generous. We are old men now.
Man, several years ago.
We are
Several.
talking almost 10 years ago. I think
Holy
10 years
moly,
ago.
really? Gosh. We are
Like,
old now, Ezra. Holy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But anyhow, no, I
Oof,
liked yours
yeah.
better. Yeah. So a couple years ago, we were
A
in
couple years ago, they were in college together. Ezra and Hechin's were roommates, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
That is correct. We were
Hmm.
roommates the first full semester of that. And yeah, I mean, almost immediately, very, very good friends. You know, I call
yeah.
Dan one of my best friends.
Oh, yeah.
But Dan's very popular. I think I'm like 8th on the list or something. Oh, and not to mention, you know, after college, time, distance, you know,
Oh,
real
yeah.
life that separates people. But definitely
yeah.
one of the guys that very, very important in my life, and wanting to make sure that, you know, there was always that contact. So we check in from time to time. And
Absolutely.
then, you know, when you guys started streaming, you know, I was kind of like able to keep eyes on, like, I was definitely a member of the Discord and able to see like all the stream announcements and things.
Oh, sure.
And it was definitely very Minecraft heavy, so I was like, okay, like I'll watch and support, but Minecraft is
Not your vibe?
well, it's not that it's not my vibe. I think I could get into it, but at this point, there's such a learning curve with it.
Oh,
I mean, I was
sure.
watching Hechin stream just the other morning,
Oh, yeah.
and I was kind of poking fun at how many terms there were. And it was all like abbreviations, and I'm going to do this strat and this strat. And, you know, I've played League of Legends and Magic the Gathering and games that have a
Oh,
lot of
sure.
complexity and terminology to them. And so I get that, you know, if I put the time in, I'm sure I could catch up. But I'm just like, that sounds like a lot. So, but yeah, so just recently, just kind of re-engaged, and then it was actually one of your posts about streaming Pokemon Unite, and I was
Sure.
like, oh, now there's a game
Wait
I
a
wanna
minute.
watch.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No offense, Hetch. We
No,
love you.
that,
You
yeah.
should be climbing to the sky with your moo fauna or whatever they're called. Mushrooms, that's what he called them.
Mushrooms, yeah. It is.
You
Oh,
have
man.
fun with all your collecting your Dragon Balls or whatever. I'm gonna be nuking people with Chandelure.
I totally understand. Okay, so I tried to boot up. The Switch froze. Let's see if it'll boot up this time.
Which
It's still
behave.
it's spinning this time. Spinning slowly, but it is. Oh yes. Okay, we're good. Now we're spinning. Okay, and I think
Nice.
we even have game audio right now. Yes.
Okay, I do want to really quickly,
Yeah.
since I've not been on stream before.
Absolutely.
If you don't mind, I would like to take a few moments
Sure.
to discuss the pros and the cons of Pokemon Unite for anyone who's new to the game,
Please.
or is just who cares to hear anyone's opinion. Whatever.
Please do. Please do.
All right, so here it is. We're gonna start negative because it's nice to end on a nice note. Okay,
Absolutely.
So the negative virtues of Pokemon Unite. One, it's definitely the MOBA made for kids.
Oh, absolutely.
You can't. There's no build paths in game.
No.
You're not talking about really strategizing based on the items and the routes and the paths. That it's made to be quick and pretty action oriented. So
Absolutely.
for those of us who really love strategy, it's strategy light, we'll call it.
Yes.
The second thing, you guys can actually see on screen right now, the second negative, which is it is clearly designed as a mobile game first, which means every
Yes.
time you load in, there's going to be about 10,000 red dots requiring you to click through to get 20 coins and 5 trainer points
Oh my
and
gosh.
100 experience on your progression track, and it's like click through and there's 15 promotions and 9 daily quests, and it's just exhausting to even get through the menus. And then you go and you play one game and you completed 7 missions and you earned 4 tickets, and it's just constant.
Yeah.
Okay, so with those negatives, hey, what's going on, Norville?
Norville, what's up, son? Hello, hello.
So with the negatives out of the way, what are the pros?
One of the pros.
It's Pokemon.
It's so
you
real.
know what? Who cares? Look at this Gengar with the bling. My man and his gold glasses.
That is the only thing that I've spent money on in this game. They were doing one of the promotions
I
they
love this
did
guy.
was like 6,000 of the in-game
Gold
coins.
or whatever. Yeah.
And if you bought any amount of the pay gem, which is the one in the upper right-hand corner, the far right corner, it would give you 6,000 of the gold coins next to it. And I'm like, 6,000? I mean, that's almost a whole character right there. So I'm like, yeah, I'll drop, $1 on this. And then the photographer Gengar was enough on sale that I could pick that one up. So I have it up there because I'm like, this is the only thing I've ever spent money on. It's going to be the first thing I see when I boot up this game.
Kind of amazing. And the reason I think I love it so much, I mean, I do like Gengar.
Oh, yeah.
But, so I just recently changed my glasses. I recently went to the eye doctor and got some new frames. And I
Nice.
specifically love these gold thin rimmed glasses that make me look just like very, I don't know, highfalutin is the word I'll use. So,
Excellent.
but I'm in a sales position at job, and so every once in a while I'll wear a collared shirt and my little gold rimmed glasses, and I don't know.
I love it. I
It's just
love
bougie
that.
in just the right amount. So.
Norville's
Norval.
done he's
Yeah.
done with his first week of his temporary schedule. Nice.
Now, Norval, forgive me. I don't believe I've had the pleasure. So I'm Ezra. Your temporary schedule. Talk to me. What's going on? You got a work thing going on, or is this a school thing, or?
And while Norville is here and he's answering that question, the last time that we were streaming Pokemon Unite, we were doing the slow girl. Let's decline that for now. We were doing the Dragon Festival the last time that I was on Pokemon Unite, and I was grinding to get the Pokemon license for Gudra, which we did wind up getting. So I had all of the dragons except for Gudra, which was kind of nice because
It's pretty available to me.
if you do their events and you already have all the Pokemon licenses, it will it only gives you like 1,000 or 2,000 coins, even though the character's worth like 12,000 or 13,000.
Right,
So if you have all of them, they're just like, we don't care. Norville, yeah, I'm a lead on the weekend night shift, but I'm helping as a lead on the normal night shift for the month or two. Yes, that's right.
Dang.
That's right. That's right.
So
How's it going, Norville?
a whole week of night shift.
Norville's normal schedule is like he works like 12-hour days over the weekends. So he works like long shifts over the weekends. So this is a slightly different setup for him for the moment anyways.
And what I'm inferring based on what you just described, Norval, is that not only have you worked a lot of nights recently, but that you're probably pretty tired, and you're here with us instead of going to sleep.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
you know what? That's the correct decision. Well done, sir.
The night will be better with Ezra. It will be.
Ah, shucks, thanks.
We have. Oh yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, go for
Let
it.
me warn anyone.
No,
Trigger
please.
Warning. I do lots of silly voices,
I love it.
funny sound effects,
I love that.
and is bad at games. So
So he fits right in with the Uninstall Bros. Ultimately, that's what he just said there.
what I'm saying is, I've kind of read the culture happening on the channel, and I am. I think we'll get along just fine.
He's there. He's here for it. He's here for it.
All right, so I can see that we are friends now.
Yeah.
So you tell me. Like I said, I'm just here to jam. So you tell me kind of what the plan is for the night. Whether we're doing ranked, whether we're doing event modes, whether we're whatever. Yeah. I'm following your lead.
Absolutely. So we were grinding out the Dragon Festival. We were able to get high enough to get the. It was number of points. It was how many rank games you were doing, how many of the Dragon mode you were doing. We got enough for the Gudra Unite license, so we got that, which was nice. It was only one of those 6 dragons we didn't have, which is good because if you had all 6 of them, you were only going to net like 2,000 of the gold coins.
Yeah.
And now, because I didn't have Gudra, that's effectively like 12,000 worth of those gold coins. So that was nice. And then we also got that Dragonite skin. So
All that, yeah.
the Dragon Festival, pretty good for me. I was a fan. I will say on stream, we were doing like real modes against like people, but the majority of the Dragon games I was doing was against CPU because it still got you the points, but you were also still getting the wins, which meant you got more points overall.
Hey, man. Whatever the grind requires.
Exactly.
Well, I'm down
yeah.
for whatever. I don't think I'll sync your rank, but
I wouldn't think so.
I am seeing here that I might not be able to rank with you because, like I said earlier,
It's been a little bit.
First rank, it's been a little bit. I think I'm only like expert right now or something.
Totally real.
So
Totally
do we
real.
have the ability to even can ultra and see? I think I have to be veteran.
Let's
That's
see.
lame.
Yeah, right. On a team. Let's grab this. Request a dream team. Team request sent. If you grab that, let's see if it'll let us queue. Because I'm thinking you might be right.
I think because I hopped in a lobby.
Oh,
it
sure.
did
What is
not
your
accept that friend invite.
what's your lobby code? I guess we can try
Oh,
to do it that way
how do
too.
Well, hold on. Can't you just end a lobby? All right. Lobby ID
Nice.
692550001.
6925501. I think I missed a number there.
001.
Aha.
2 zeros.
Excellent. 001. Okay. And I should join your lot. 1 or more trainers have not reached the required rank. Aha.
See?
We were so
here's what
close.
happens. My wife and I play together, but I play a little more than her.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
to make sure she can continue to play with me, I try not to get too high up in rank, and now I'm being punished for it.
I completely understand. So what we can do, though,
I'm good
is
with whatever.
let's just do some casuals. I mean, we can still do some, oh, hang on. Back out
It
for a sec here.
Somehow
Can't,
did
yes.
not.
Okay, I clicked the wrong
Oh,
button.
you know what?
I clicked
Hold
the
on.
wrong button.
You're good. I'm going to request to join your team. How about
Not. Ooh. There it is. Put me on your team. Yes, let's do
that? No, that sounds so desperate.
that. Put me on your team.
It didn't ask me how, like what text I wanted to send.
Exactly.
Put me on your team, please.
Put me on your pretty please.
I'm so lonely.
So I clicked yes, but it still is not popping you up right now. So
What's going on?
okay.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if I do
Oh
this.
no, there it is. Ezra
that-
Algard. Nice.
Boy,
That was
Boy, how
more
is
difficult
that?
than it had to be.
it was sloppy. That was not good.
Okay.
Well,
So I
Um,
say
now
what
let's-
we do is maybe we do some classic, maybe we do some remote stadium because we have to do
Good at all.
casuals anyways.
good with it all.
you
Let me
streaming?
know.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Hello?
Ezra says
What
hello
are
again.
Hello, Ezra.
what are your like roles?
What's his
What do you
favorite one to play?
We're trying to figure that out right now, actually. So for me, I'm not going to jump out. I'm just going to go to home real fast. Still in the lobby. Let's see here. Right now, I typically do supports and I do tanks. Those are like my most winningest Pokemon. Alolan Ninetales and Blastoise. So those are my two big ones.
Oh,
So
great.
a little bit of CC, mid-range attacker mage.
You just named Alolan Ninetales?
Yeah. So Alolan Ninetales was one of the OG ones. So
Oh, I know Alolan Ninetales. I'm just
Oh, yeah.
interested that you're saying that's one of your mains, but you're lumping that in with support and tank. Do you use it mostly as crowd control-y kind of a support mage type of thing?
That's typically what I'm doing. So I mean, I'm doing your basic. I mean, it's effectively just that attacker mage. So a lot of the time, if there's not a tank or a support on the team, I'll typically default into going Blastoise. But if there's anyone else that's doing a support or a tank, or if I need to be more of a carry, Alolan Ninetales, I have the best win rate on a Pokemon on that one. If I have to do like more of a carry, but Blastoise is one of my that's one of my better ones for sure. But Snorlax is
listen.
also way too much fun.
Oh, Snorlax is
So good. So
he's
good.
a good chonky boy.
Indeed.
Okay, so do you have the ability? This is something I've never done. Do you have the ability to go to my profile and look at those same stats?
I am pretty sure actually. Let me jump to friends.
While you're doing that,
Yeah.
Norval, I agree with you. And Norv said, as gaming with friends, greater than pro gaming solo.
Absolutely.
Could not agree more, because there is something. So I'm a budding, aspiring. Yeah, don't look at that last one for me, bud.
Well, this one, no, it's right past it. Right past it.
So I'm a budding, aspiring game designer.
Nice.
Something that people constantly forget is that gaming is intended to be fun first. And I find so often, that people lose sight of that. They get almost so caught up in the competitive nature that certain games really encourage. Which is fine.
Oh yeah.
If that's part of where the thrill is for you, that they forget that there's an aspect of gaming that is fun and social, and man, that there's nothing better than it. I mean, my brother and a group of our friends, we would, when PUBG came out, we would grind that game like crazy, and we were terrible, but we would have
Loving it.
We would laugh and laugh and laugh for hours.
Oh yeah.
So I appreciate that. Okay, so Chandelure, what you're seeing here, Venusaur, Chandelure, my mages.
Oh yeah, more long mages too. Are you doing Beamus? Are you doing Beamusaur, or are you doing?
Sir.
Okay,
yes,
nice.
Sir. I'm playing Sniposaur. Okay?
Nice.
And there's no sustain. I'm not whirling petals in a circle. Whenever I see that Venusaur on the enemy team, it makes me mad because I feel like those people are playing Venusaur wrong.
That I understand. I understand.
But Chandelure is the recent add. Chandelure is one of my very favorite Pokemon designs.
It's so good. Oh, so good.
I think it's just a very clever way of combining the Ghost and Fire types, and it's just super flavorful.
Oh yeah.
So love the design, and the champion is Nutso.
Oh yeah.
Now, it's been a long time since I've played this particular game on my phone. I'm normally playing on the Switch, but
oh sure.
Chandelure is one Pokemon that really benefits from being able to drag on the phone and direct that.
Oh yeah.
That ability on the phone. So when I play tank, now obviously the other thing you're going to see here is the percentages are skewed because there's not a large sample size. I do not play this game clearly as much as you do. You've got 300 plus games on most of those champions I was looking at.
Tis
So I
true.
haven't
Tis
even
true.
opened 50 on most of these guys. But then you'll see as you scroll down a little bit here,
Yeah.
I have played a ton of my homeboy Aegis Slash.
Mm.
Love
It's a good
Aegis Slash. He's
Pokemon.
probably one of my favorite fighters. And I have recently played a ton of Garchomp and Dragonite.
Oh,
um,
Garchomp is
as
so
just
good.
as kind of sustaining fighters.
Absolutely.
Doing a lot of that, and then when I tank, I'm probably best on Crustle.
Oof. The crusty
So
boy.
So Trevenant there is someone who I've gotten, but haven't gotten to put a lot of games on, and I want to play more Trevenant.
Trevenant's a
So
lot of
anyways,
fun.
Those are all the different things I do. I don't support super much. Typically, when I'm
Sure.
supporting, I'm supporting on a tank. But
Yeah.
Eldegoss, I played a ton of when the game first released, which is
Oh,
why I
absolutely. Yeah. Eldegoss is still a really good Pokemon, but it was broken at the beginning. Yeah, just scroll.
Going to bed.
I love you.
I love you too.
Bye,
Eldegoss,
Jess. Very nice to meet
so
you.
good. So good. Now, when you did Eldegoss, were you doing Leaf Tornado? Or were you have you been like a Pollen Puff person from the beginning?
No, well, let me remind myself even make sure I'm talking about the right abilities, because that's one thing.
Like Leaf Tornado was the one, it put a slow on the ground. It like sped your team up, but slowed the enemy team.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
Pollen Puff is more that like that burst of healing or that burst of damage.
Yeah, so I was always Leaf Tornado.
Sure.
I was always Leaf Tornado, and is it Cotton?
Yeah, the shield there. Because there was the shield one, and then there's more of like the disruption, more damage side of that
I did
one.
Cotton Spore.
Cotton
Yeah,
Spore,
So I was
gotcha.
like very offensive, very movement based,
Sure.
and then now everything is changed. Now it's all about just like, don't let my people die.
Yeah.
And that also changed because in the beginning, for anyone who wasn't playing this game in the beginning, what you have to know is that the held items, there were like 6 of them.
Yeah.
There just weren't very many options about how to build champions and make them feel different from each other.
Yeah.
So they have since introduced some stuff. Now they have nerfed Eldegoss a lot, but they have since introduced some stuff that made Eldegoss's abilities a bit more synergistic with the held items.
Yeah,
Eldegoss
absolutely.
did not have great held items early, so Eldegoss was just raw power in the kit.
Yeah.
And but now they have some stuff where it's like synergizes with your shields and all that kind of a thing.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. Well, it sounds good. So that I don't make a complete fool of myself, I will probably aim to play Chandelure this first one.
Yeah.
And go top.
I think what I'll do then is I'm gonna grab let's do Remote Stadium. So well, actually no, I'm sorry. You probably do more. Thea Sky Ruin is the current one, obviously.
I would not even know the difference. To me, they are so identical.
They're so similar, actually.
I don't understand why they differentiated between the two. I guess they wanted to get more Pokemon in the game that they know they'll never actually make a champion out of. So throw it on the map.
Thea Sky Ruins, once again, I do think that technically there's more farm that's available on the map in Thea Sky Ruins. And it's a little bit of a larger map, but other than that, they're so similar. Okay, there we are.
We're showing a lot of orange right now.
So what I'm going to try to do is I think I'm going to try to do some Wigglytuff, because I love some Wigglytuff as well. And I'll just come top with you.
Yeah, I'm good with that if we get it. Yeah, it looks like other people are giving it to us.
Nice.
The one thing that I said there in the speech bubble, and this is super important for anyone who doesn't play Chandelure, Chandelure is incredibly level dependent.
Oh, yeah.
You really can't win. I mean, you can poke a little bit depending on the matchup, but you're not reliably going to win the lane until you hit 9.
Yeah.
Now, once you hit 9, and you level up your primary ability, which I'm terrible with the names of these abilities, but basically the one that shoots the 3 and then you can follow it up depending on how
I
many
think
times
that's
you make contact.
flamethrower, maybe? I don't remember,
I
though.
or will-o-wisp or something. But
It's something, yeah.
anyways, once you can level that ability, which happens at level 9, you become an unstoppable damage machine.
Oh,
So
yeah.
more important than scoring, more important than anything is capturing the farm and leveling fast, safely. And so that is going to be my goal here.
And I picked a support character that's good early. So right now I'm Jigglypuff,
Great.
and Jigglypuff is going to be this first evolution, and then when I evolve at level 4, and I also have my I have an XP share on
I haven't
Phalanx.
seen
Yeah,
yet.
Phalanx is fun. So Phalanx is going to be a melee Pokemon.
You're right, a fighter or whatever. Right?
Yeah, he's gonna be more of a brawler. His main thing is he has a couple different forms that he'll get
Yeah.
into, and damaging him from the front is difficult because if he's in a certain
takes that move,
form,
right?
if he takes
Yeah.
that move, he effectively gets damage reduction from the front. So trying to get him from behind
Yeah, he
is
attacks-
going to be best.
Tell you what, he effectively takes damage from the front. I'm about
Yeah.
to put this boy out of his misery.
Ooh,
Ooh,
we
okay,
did
well, we got
have.
the jungler.
We got the jungler coming in, but he's still a Rowlet. I'm just going to poke him.
Gosh.
Okay.
I wanted it. All right, I'm not going to overextend. Let's just grab it.
Right.
Okay.
We'll get these levels. I evolve. Now I am a Sing believer.
Oh, they are in bad.
I am a Sing believer. Boom! Take that, bad boy.
Okay, we have got a lot. Oh, they stayed and they don't know about me. Bye.
Come here. And then you do not know
Okay.
about this CC.
I lied.
Get out here.
I was
Come here.
mistaken.
There it
Yeah,
is. Okay.
Let's go for it.
And
Yeah. Oh, I've got my
Tobin, that
filter.
was what we were hoping to do. We're trying to get Ezra some levels early here, and
Yeah,
that's
and
why I was hoping to evolve.
Yeah, so I was a little bit wrong. I was mistaken. It's been a bit since I've played. So
No, sure.
I got to level 5. Level 5 is the inflection point. I mistakenly said 9.
Oh, sure.
Overheat is the name of the ability. So basically, while you're holding it, let me know if you need out.
I got you. We're
All
good.
right, so I take Poltergeist, which is the one where you lay down all the furniture,
Oh, yeah.
and basically take that to slow them down so that I can more reliably land all of my overheat hits.
Nice.
Yeah.
The slow, he's hiding here. Get out of here.
Oh,
Get out of here.
tap there.
Yeah. Oh, he's running. Oh, he's in trouble. Oh, yes. Yeah. So, Phalanx's main
I love
thing.
this. I love this.
Nice.
That extra hit. I was hoping to leave it at 1, but
I totally understand. Okay.
okay, wow, I've already got my Unite move. 9 is when I get my
Nice.
Unite move, and that's why I was remembering that number. Level 5 is the one that matters.
Absolutely. Especially in lane.
Yes. So basically, Overheat, for anyone who does not know the champion, Overheat is basically you can quick cast it, but you don't want to. You want to hold it and move it around within your target range and drop these little dots that you see me throwing.
Nice.
For each time that you hit it, you get this secondary follow-up. Oh, yeah, there.
Oh, yeah, they're in trouble.
I think the second one.
Come here. Get back here. Ooh, ow.
Whoa, I can't believe we got out of that.
Oh, such a bummer. Okay.
And so for each one that you land on your queue,
Ooh,
then
ow.
yeah, I think we want out of this situation.
Help. Okay.
Then you get a secondary little blast that you can shoot that is not, you don't have to target. What am I saying? You don't have to aim it. It
Nice.
is an auto.
That's sure
auto
hit.
And it does more damage for each time that your little aimed ones did hit. So
Nice.
super powerful, and basically if you have, yeah, you're not allowed to score some.
You're allowed to stop. Come here. Oh, ow, ow. Getting shredded a little bit
Yeah,
by this
I'm a
owl.
little, I was gonna say a little bit worried about their agency. Yeah, yeah, but he's gone.
Bye-bye. So this is why it pays to have. So I'm a support, but effectively Wigglytuff, he's labeled as a support, but he's actually more effectively a CC tank. I mean, effectively is what he does. That's a role that he plays. So I'm
I need
just
to pull
standing in
back
front.
a little bit here.
What's that? Yeah, back up. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm just a little low on health, so I'd rather just farm
Absolutely.
some stuff here for now.
No, for sure. So I'm CCing up in the front, and then Ezra, being that mage, can just throw the damage from behind. And I also have an XP share, so anytime that I'm getting XP, Ezra is also getting that. There's XP that I'm generating effectively that's also going to Ezra, and the higher level that Chandelure is, he's level 12 at the 5-minute mark. That's disgusting for a control mage.
I'm
Disgusting.
You guys, I'm nasty right now. Okay, I'm keyword nasty.
That is so true, actually. Okay. No. Stop.
I cannot wait to see the damage numbers. Oh,
It's gonna be okay.
New
Oh,
boy
you're
behind us. He's toast.
all right. You're not allowed. Okay, there we go. Let this in. Bam. You'll
They
see
have
it.
to be so discouraged right now.
Absolutely. Now, once again, we're
right.
also. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Now, again, we are playing casual right now, so this
That's
is
right,
this is
yeah,
not a
it's
ranked
very
mode. We tried at the beginning, but Ezra and I.
No, you know what? A
little bit too far apart.
I don't know that we need to emphasize the fact that I need to get good.
No. That's not what it is. What it comes down to is I play a little too much, and Ezra plays a reasonable
I
amount.
like that spin on it. I like that spin on it.
That's what it comes down
That's
to.
Great. Wait a second. Hold on. There was someone who did better than me?
Don't you
offended.
hate that? Come
I'm
on now.
offended by Kid the Goat.
Also, he got better than you, but it was a fellow ghost type, so that's a step in the right direction here.
No, he doesn't even have gold glasses on.
That's a good
He
point,
outdamaged
actually.
me by 2,000.
Dag nabbit. Actually, yeah, what did
He was
his
playing assassin. The game didn't go long enough. If they
See?
wouldn't have surrendered, you already seen some numbers that
would have been
let me put it this way,
obscene.
the mobile client was not prepared to live on.
You did get more KOs than he did though. So
Yeah, but he got assists because he was roaming.
see. Actually, wait. Was he playing real Gengar or was he playing fake Gengar? I want to see the move set. Okay, good. He was
Wait, what's
doing.
real or fake. I haven't
Okay,
heard about
so
this.
Hex Gengar is cheat mode. Like once again, like you lob the poison and then you like dash onto them with your Hex move. And there's no skill there in my opinion. Once again, there is skill because you have to know when do I go in, when do I not go in. But Shadow Ball, Dream Eater, effectively you gotta get them with Dream Eater. It paralyzes them for a second. Then you can go in and damage them with Shadow Ball. It gives you a boosted auto that like dashes you to them. So I think Dream Eater and Shadow Ball is the actual real Gengar, where Hexgar is not it, in my personal opinion. This was a
Now listen.
real Gengar.
Now listen.
I'm ready.
You play a lot more than me, so I'm gonna believe that you may be right about this.
Sure.
But I don't know that the Gengar builds different from each other.
Hmm.
But I will say this. Outside of gaming, I've learned a very important life lesson.
Hit me with it.
So I do window treatment sales. That's what I do for a living.
Sure.
And we use a laser measurer to measure these windows. Most
Okay.
of the time. Okay, now every once in a while I'll be measuring a window and someone will say to me, "Oh, that's a fancy little doodad you got there." And they imply that like, oh,
You're cheating.
The tape measure isn't good enough for you. You can't do. Back in my day, we had tape measures. We didn't have fancy little space beams. and so here's what I've learned. I say to those folks, yeah, it's like a cheat code, but I've learned there's no gold medal for doing it the hard way. Okay? And so how does this apply? just because Hex Gengar is easy doesn't make it wrong.
That's real. That's real. That's a good point.
At
That's a
the
good
end of
point.
the day, if you're deleting people from the map, I think you're playing Gengar okay.
You're doing your job. You're doing your job if you're assassinating people and they were there and then they
Now,
wasn't.
Now, if you're actually scripting, that's actually cheating. But if there is an easy way provided within the bounds of the game designer's, resources that they have given to you, I think, go for it.
So, actually, I think this brings up an interesting conversation as well, then. What is your opinion? Well, have you had a lot of experience with the EX Pokemon? And did you have thoughts on the EX Pokemon being designed in the game and the majority of the time being at a higher power level than many of the other champions?
Are you saying in this game particularly? Like Mewtwo
Yeah.
and stuff like that?
Exactly.
Yeah, here's what I've found with this game and with MOBAs in general.
Sure.
Release broken stuff. Because people who want to win and see that Mewtwo or whatever, the new champ,
Sure.
is just going to give them a slightly unfair advantage, they'll drop the in-game, the real game, real money on the game to get that stuff.
Absolutely.
Now, typically what I see, and I've found this, like with Mewtwo recently, I see them wait for a little while, wait for the sales to taper. Now,
Exactly.
of course, and then they do the appropriate nerfs and get things where they need to be.
Yeah.
And so what do I think about that? I think it's terrible, of course. So I mentioned earlier in the stream, I'm a budding, aspiring game designer.
Sure.
And I won't go on ad nauseum, but my philosophy is I want to end up being a game designer and a game developer and publisher
Absolutely.
that makes the best possible games, meaning best possible gameplay,
Sure.
that people enjoy the gaming experience the best, even if it means I make choices that are suboptimal in terms of making money.
Sure.
And so, listen, if I were designing a MOBA, would I release the champion balanced? Yes, I would. Would I make less money than other MOBAs? I mean, maybe. That's a definite risk.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do I fault this big publisher who has the Pokemon license, who's trying to, milk their 9-year-old cash cows? Like, I don't fault them, but do I love it? No, and it does make it pretty frustrating. I mean, what's the bug champion? The red muscle-bound
Buzzwole.
Buzzwole. Man,
Yeah.
my wife and I were playing for a time where if we saw a Buzzwole, it was like just surrender.
Yeah,
Not
just
loading in.
yeah.
He was
Looking.
unreasonably.
Yeah. And it's interesting
I
too
haven't seen him
because
recently, I don't know if people are still spamming him like that or if they nerfed him or what, but
they did nerf
him. For a while there, he was literally unfair. And if you did not have him, you were at a disadvantage.
And I would also say with Buzzwole, he's a melee character. A lot of the characters that have been annoyingly broken are typically the longer range characters because they can just kill you at range. At least with Buzzwole, he had to get on top of you in order to kill you, but he had a string of moves, and if he got you with the first one, there was like 4 or 5 combos he could do on you, and he was CC immune for some of them. For some of them, he was unstoppable entirely. So no matter what your team was throwing at him, he was grabbing you, beating you down into someone else, knocking you up in the air, knocking you back down. So his movement was crazy, his CC ability was crazy, he was unstoppable.
It was the
Wackiness.
CC and sustain for us.
Yeah.
He would dive you under your own tower, and
Yeah.
he would hop into your zone. He would
Oh.
sucker you.
Yeah.
Put
Yep.
you up, put you down.
Yeah.
You're just watching your life deplete. His life is going up. He is an unkillable behemoth, and then he just walks away. I mean, the number of times that he walked into the slow zone and
Yep.
moving like a slug, and it didn't matter because then he had a mile-long dash that he could close the
Yeah,
gap
just-
with. It was just yeah.
How did
Anyway, so
what was
stuff
all?
like that.
Yeah, just doesn't make sense to you. I mean, it does make sense from a money making perspective, but
I
from
mean,
a
I
game
understand, I
balance,
understand why it is happening.
sure.
There have been some that were really frustrating. There have been others that haven't bugged me as much, but
What were your opinions on Water Bear? So the blue form of Urshifu, which was the multi-strike form, which had I don't remember which move it was called, but effectively it was combining its autos with that blue short dash move. I also found this thing to be unkillable before it was nerfed.
yeah, I'll be honest. This might have happened in a period where I wasn't playing as much.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
I did not see Urshifu very much.
Absolutely.
At all.
Yeah.
And it was just never a major issue for me.
Sure.
Yeah. So I can't speak to him as much. I will say this. You know, I'm gonna pronounce all these Pokemon names wrong.
Oh, sure.
Pokemon players, please
Yeah.
forgive me. I love Pokemon. Grew up with Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
Have literally played every Pokemon game
Oh yeah.
franchise, but it's a lot of text based, so forgive me if I pronounce these names wrong. But Miraidon,
Sure.
this guy,
Yeah, the purple bike Pokemon.
yeah, your motorcycle friend.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I have not had really any trouble with. I just have yet to come across one that scares me. Now, maybe it's people haven't been playing him a lot. Maybe it's people haven't been playing him well or busted him yet. But I had way more issues with other standard Pokemon. You know, Leafeon.
Yeah.
Leafeon caused me way more menace than Miraidon. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily tied to the Pokemon status. Like, you would like to think that the legendary Pokemon are so key in the RPG games
Sure.
that they would also be kind of beefing them and making them more powerful in this game.
Absolutely.
I've not necessarily found that to be true.
Interesting.
I don't necessarily find the popularity of the Pokemon from a franchise standpoint to necessarily correlate to how they are powering the Pokemon.
Sounds real.
In these ones. But I won't say there's no correlation. I'm just going to say it doesn't seem like the only way that they are doing it.
I think that sounds right. I think
So, yeah.
I think your point about and I think the biggest way Zacian. I want to say this was the first Pokemon that they added that was like the primary legendary character. Later on, they did ascribe the EX Pokemon onto it. And Zacian was broken for months. And it was before Draft was added into the game. So it was a Zacian on both teams. The power level on this Pokemon was crazy high. The sustain on it was bonkers. And I want to say that there was, I think it was done through their social media, but the Timmy, the company that's obviously putting this game out, they were commenting that it was, get your team together to take this Pokemon down, which effectively means that one player on your team is a raid boss, and it takes the entire other team to take your legendary Pokemon down. And what does that mean for the other player on your team? You're just backup dancers. I don't want to be a backup dancer. Like,
well, it's not even that. It's not even backup dancers, right? Because what Pokemon are they playing? Legitimate equal Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying, well, you get 4 Pokemon plus 3 in 1. Yeah,
basically.
8 Pokemon.
Yeah.
Or 7 Pokemon. Sorry, my math is bad.
No, absolutely.
Versus 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're also saying, what that does from a macro strategy perspective. Again, I've played MOBAs.
Oh yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
From a macro strategy perspective, if you're saying, well, what makes this Pokemon unique is that they they pull attention. They require multiple people to take them down.
Hmm.
Okay, well then, what is the answer you have built into your game for that? And what
Yeah.
I mean by that is, what is the strategy that an opposing team could potentially employ to make sure that they can 2-on-1 or 3-on-1? I mean, you see this in basketball, right? It's a
Oh, absolutely.
5 game. You've got a strong offensive player that requires being guarded by 2, right?
Mhm.
Well, that frees someone else up on his team. So it's, it opens up the passing game and yada, yada, yada.
Absolutely.
But guess what? Like, the game of basketball has balanced and discovered, different types of defenses that are going to allow, and I should be careful venturing into sports metaphors because I don't know sports well enough.
Not a ton, but still.
But they have, developed defense, patterns and even rules, about
Absolutely.
different things that will make that doable. Still
Yeah.
difficult when you have an offensive player that good that demands 2,
Yeah.
but possible. What now in this game is the thing, is there a Pokemon who can defend alone against 2 or 3?
Absolutely.
Because what they're saying is, well, Zacian can take a lane all to himself. He's going to demand being answered by 2, 3, potentially 4, whatever
Yeah.
they are trying to imply there,
Yeah.
in order to get him down. So now that leaves 2 or 3 in the other lane,
Yeah.
but there's only 1 or 2 left on the defending team. So do you have a defensive Pokemon who can realistically hold
Exactly.
and defend against 2 or 3? And so far, what I have seen from the tanks that they've put out in this game, the answer is unequivocally no.
Yeah.
You
And
can
that's
shred.
yeah.
I mean, the tanks are good 1v1 tanks.
Absolutely.
And they can last long enough and crowd control enough that their damaging units can come out on top in the team fight.
Yeah.
They fulfill the tank role.
Absolutely.
But are you talking about a tank raid boss who, yeah, I'm not going to kill you, but I am absolutely unkillable.
I ain't gonna die.
And I will stop you, like I will always interrupt your score
Yeah.
in the zone. Is there that defensive champion? I've not seen it yet.
Mm-mm.
So, from a game development standpoint, I think it's fine to say, well, we're going to make our games Nasus, who demands pressure, but then you also have to make your games defensive,
Yeah.
champion, which I would struggle to come up with a league. But anyways, there
Yeah.
you go. There's my
I think that makes complete sense.
David.
David
I don't know
to
the
board? David to board? David to be board? Best viewers on Stuff and Things? Cool. David, welcome in. If that's an ad, appreciate it. But thanks for jumping in. First time chat. David, how you doing tonight? Ezra and I are doing a little bit of Pokemon Unite. Ezra is a game designer, and he's learning more about game design. He's been practicing some game design. So we've also been talking about the game design choices that they've been making in Pokemon Unite, which sometimes we question the decisions that they make in the game design of Pokemon Unite.
A lot of game theory.
Yeah, which I've been appreciating. I
hope someone finds it entertaining.
When you were chatting about having a defensive Pokemon or having a Pokemon that multiple other Pokemon need to get on top of, I have found Crustle through the early days of Crustle. It was always a good Pokemon, but it was just slightly underleveled with some of the other tanks that were into the game. In the last several seasons ago now, Crustle got a little bit of a buff. And if you don't play right against Crustle, he'll just team wipe you, because especially with that Unite move, which the more damage that you do to Crustle while he's in his Unite move, the more damage he's dealing out. And there's been multiple times where you'll be in a Rayquaza fight, you think you're doing good, but a couple of your ADCs are a little bit too close. They're at half health. A full-blown Crustle comes in, powers that Unite move, and just yeets your entire team. I think that is I think that kind of design choice makes sense because it's only under certain circumstances that Pokemon is going to shine. But there are ways of dealing with the Crustle. Walk away from it. Like if it's in its Unite move, don't shoot it. Like
you say that. So here's what's interesting that you call out Crustle. I love Crustle. He's my main
absolutely.
tank by a
yeah,
lot.
sure.
But he's my main tank because he does damage,
Mm.
not because he's unkillable necessarily.
Oh, sure.
But because while you're trying, he's gonna smack your face.
That is so true.
So the other thing is his X speed or whatever whatever his speed buff move.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, you say walk away from him, but I dare you to try. This dude, that's the fastest crab you've ever seen. He's got a temple on his back. Look at him. He can run a mile a minute. This dude. And so, and then slamming someone into a wall. There's nothing more gratifying than landing it,
Yeah.
and hitting them into the wall, and just watching their squishies just totally collapse. So
Absolutely.
now I agree that his ult and my very favorite way to build tanks in this game is with both a score shield and what's the one that gives you more max health when you score? It's whatever that score.
The cookie, the Eos cookie or something like that, right?
Yeah,
sure.
I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
So not only does the Eos cookie give you max health when you score, but the score shield gives you an uninterruptible shield as long as it's up that scales with your health.
Yeah.
So you get a shield. So what you do is you get a camp, you run, you score. You get a camp, you run, you score. I don't care if you've got 1 point, you score it because every time you score, you're getting that flat health on top, which is making your score shield larger, which is making you even less interruptible.
Oh, yeah.
You just become this pile of hit points.
Yeah.
And then once you've done that, you can start going to town.
Are you normally double stacking? Like, are you also stacking the attack weight on Crustle as well?
I do not.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So here, let me go to my Crustle really quickly and see. Now, some new items have come out, so I have not played a lot of Crustle lately.
Oh, sure.
I have
No,
not
absolutely.
revisited what my items would be on him, but let's just see what they were the last time I played.
Oh, no, absolutely. Absolutely.
Get to Crusty Boy. All right, it looks like my third item on him is currently the focus band. So.
Oh yeah, also a broken thing on tanks for sure. Oh, a lot of things ultimately.
That's right. When he drops to low HP, then he starts recovering that HP. So basically, just a way. Also, we haven't gotten into emblems and things, and I won't do that right now because we should get into another game for fear of our viewers losing their minds.
Running away.
But there's some ways to. I'd be interested to see your pages actually, because clearly you've played so many more games than me. So I'm interested to see what your experience has been. You also, your emblems are probably like way more stacked than mine. But interested to see how you combine them and how you've designed your pages to kind of min-max these different roles.
No, for sure. What I find with the emblems and what I find with my Pokemon builds, are you familiar with the Unite DB websites?
No, I've not used any third-party anything.
Yeah. So what I find, there's a group out there. Oh man, I think they call themselves the Math Cord. So effectively, they're the guys that are going in and are figuring out. Well, it says special attack. But how is that actually interacting with special defense? And how does tenacity work in this game? So they're getting into all that stuff in the background because a lot of those things aren't actually mentioned in the game.
A quick point to that.
Yeah.
The developers of this game have so aimed it at a younger audience that their patch notes, their ability descriptions, their item descriptions are so void of numbers and percentages that they really rob you of your ability to know exactly, okay, great. So stop on any one of these. So,
Absolutely.
So
Let's do Dragonite here.
Okay, great. So we've got Dragonite, right? Okay, plus 50 HP,
What about
minus
that?
5 special defense. But to your point, if we don't know the formula for special defense
Exactly.
mitigating damage, then how do I know if losing the 5 hit? I have.
Is
to
it worth
trust
it?
that- I have to trust that the game developers have, you know, figured this and balanced everything. But do I trust that? Can I trust that? It's just, to me, transparency in the numbers. And I love the way
Yeah.
that Riot and League of Legends have done it recently. Which
Oh,
is
sure.
they give you the abbreviated version. Now it's a PC game, but they give you the
Yeah.
abbreviated version. You hold shift, and it gives you the detailed version.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to look at all the formulas, great. You don't have to. You can just get the basic general description of what the thing does. But if
Absolutely.
you want to be able to tank, math it all out, give your players
You're
access.
allowed. Yeah.
Anyways,
And
okay.
that's, to me, and that's
My
where.
soapbox needs to go away for the night.
What's that? Oh,
I
your
said my
soapbox? No.
soapbox, yeah.
No, that's one of the reasons I love soapboxes. Soapboxes are fantastic. Don't put away the soapbox. So I've watched a lot of the Pokemon Unite does have a little bit of a competitive scene. The Pokemon Company has thrown, a couple $1 million at the game for the last 2 years to hold like a world championship. So there's regionals, there's worlds. Worlds is there's a world's Pokemon competition for the trading card game, for Sword and Shield. Well, I'm sorry, for Scarlet and Violet, for all of those elements. But a lot of those guys are using the math from the math cord, and the math cord is putting a lot of their findings onto UniteDB, and they have a Discord group as well. And so with UniteDB, I'm basing a lot of my emblem builds and a lot of the 3 items that I'm using for a Pokemon. I'm pretty much going to what the math cord says. This is like the optimal build, and I'm just copy and pasting that over.
Yeah.
Because I find that I do play the game quite a bit, but this is my first MOBA. So I hadn't done League of Legends, I hadn't done Dota or anything like that. So the fact that it's baby's first MOBA, it works for me. Pokemon also works for me, but it also is the case.
Love the Pokemon franchise.
Oh yeah. It also is the case for me that because I don't have a lot of experience from other games, one of the first things that I had to learn in this game was, okay, I'm playing Cinderace, which is an ADC. I'm not like a far range Pokemon, but I need to give damage without taking damage. And to do that, I shouldn't be playing a ranged character like I'm a melee character. Yeah. So, I mean, I was even having to, learn those things in game. So then when I'm also thinking of held items, just copy and pasting UniteDB, there's people with thousands of games in this game saying overall, most of the time, this is going to be the build that works the best. And I'm like, I trust your judgment. I trust your judgment. Let's jump into another game, and we can continue our conversation while we're doing another game here. But I think we need to see the Crustle. We need to trust the crust. That's my thought.
Is that what needs to happen?
That's what I'm thinking. So I'll do.
Are you want to pilot the crust?
No, I say you do it. I say you do it. I'm gonna grab a low and Ninetales. So we'll do a little bit of a double CC kind of situation going here.
I'm 8,000% in. Now here's the thing: it's been 1, a long time, and 2, I'm on mobile instead of joysticks. So
we'll sure.
If I can figure out exactly.
No.
Couple exchanges in lane, I'll have figured out. Okay, these skills are wanting me to
do it like this.
Drag and drop like this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So just figuring out how it wants me to move my fingers on the screen.
Oh yeah. So right now what I'm seeing right now is one of the. Oh, did I lose you, Ezra? Are you still there?
No, can you hear me? I'm hearing you.
Whoa. You still there, Ezra? Did your?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Still here. Can you hear me?
Oh, I'm sorry, friends. Nope, that's me. I apologize, friends. I lost something somewhere. Hello? Ooh. Okay. So, friends, right now... Okay. So it looks like I can see you guys. But right now, my mic is dead, which is
Oh, very.
unfortunate. I'm sorry, my headphones are dead at the moment that I was using to plug in here. Let me just take them out for a second. Let me see if I can get back in here. Okay.
All right. Well, in the meantime, I just want you
we
when
might be playing this
you watch
game
back.
blind and deaf. I'll be able to talk, but I won't be able to talk really. I can talk, but I actually can't hear Ezra right now. My wife does have some more headphones. I'm gonna go see if I can find them, but we are a little bit unfortunate. Your voice changed volume. Interesting. So that's unfortunate. There's a Sableye trying to score on us right now. I'm gonna get rid of... I'm gonna try to get a little bit of damage here. Ezra's gonna back up. We're gonna try to get our friend Sableye. He's trying to stack right now. Looks like I can. Looks like it can. You guys can still hear me. So the mic is working. I think it is.
Trying not
just
to talk
my
over you a little bit, but I
that are
think
being
that they
difficult
can't
right
hear me.
now. Get away from my husky boy.
Oh,
no.
oh.
Get away. Okay, I'm just going to
All right, let's
check out
try
of there.
and grab some of this.
Try to get this farm. I'm more of an avalanche believer, actually. First time I die, I'm gonna see if I can find my wife's headphones. I could also try to change
Ooh, love stealing that.
my I could try to change my input so I could try to hear you guys just through my computer, but then I think we get feedback. So I think this is probably the best way for me to not blast you all out. I hear you, Ezra. Still hear both voices. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me?
So you can hear
me
us.
now?
We just can't hear each other right now.
Oh, I can hear you just fine. I think it's just you, my friend.
Our mid Bs are almost up.
Oh.
Away.
Yep, I'm on another.
CC'd
Oh, we need to get. Oh, that was a great wall. That was a great wall. Oh, but I'm unstuck. Got me.
Okay, mime is going to get me here. Bummer.
That was a
Okay.
bumski-umski.
Sometimes my wife's headphones are right over there, and right now they're just not, which is unfortunate. Okay.
So
I apologize
Right.
about the technical difficulties here. It does look like our jungler went bot, and our jungler was able to take out that bottom thing there, which is good.
this
We
wall.
are getting a little bit bopped by their jungler who came top. And I apologize, we're probably talking right over the top of each other. Okay.
Right now, we just want to farm.
Okay. Finally got
So,
my second
securing
nuke
these
here.
things here in the middle would be key.
Ooh. Is my internet also going on? No, okay, we're good.
And what you guys may see is I'm trying to let Ark
Okay.
last hit as much of this
We're
as
really
we
far
can.
from pad right now. Okay, but we're all here.
Here we go. Now I have it. So,
We'll send it apparently. Alright.
yeah.
Apparently
Now we should all
so our
be-
jungler went bots, and our jungler was able to make it happen, which is good.
Nice.
You know what? I might try. Okay. I scored all my points. It looks like Ezra went in there. I say. Oh. Okay. Zeora wants some more action. Got him. Okay. There's a Cerulege here.
Let's just score and roll. Now, bot.
Oh, thank you.
our attention
Ezra's
a little
actually
bit.
using the in He's using the pings in game, which is good. Because again, I cannot hear you. So, stream, I'm glad you can both hear us. Ezra hears you, Archie. He's trying not to talk over you. Okay.
Yes, that is correct. I am trying not to talk
Again,
over you.
Tobin, I apologize. Not exactly ideal. Of course, you know, while we were chatting, and while I actually could have done something about it, my my headphones work great then. But as soon as we get into a game, that's when it's like, nah, fam. Ooh, ow, ow. Get out of here.
Yeah, that did not go well for me.
That move off did not work. That was me being a mage going too close. That's my bad.
Yeah, we're gonna lose top here.
So Rulage scoring.
Not too much we can do about
This
that.
game is not going quite as well as last game. They're in the jungle. Oh. Come back here.
Oof, oof, oof.
Ooh, Sableye got me. Okay. Sableye's Unite move makes it so you get sent back to base and you get confused after taking some damage. So that is what happened to me there. Alright. You got 3 on top, 2 on top, 3 on bottom. I'm gonna see if Guard and I can take this bottom objective real fast, and then I will run top. Looks like most of them are top.
We are going
So we should be able to get this one here.
Lose top. So one of the troubles, obviously, with lacking communication is
helping them. All I'm going to be able to defend top, so I'm on my way. Ooh, okay.
All right. Somehow we managed to push in the middle of that, so that's great.
This is definitely a character that I've seen that I think I actually like playing better on mobile rather than on controller. It's a little bit easier point click. That's what always works. As soon as you can't fix it, it breaks. Yeah, I think that's probably accurate. Maybe. Okay, I'm gonna try to get to level 13.
Thought we had a bit more of a team there.
That way. And we're getting pretty close to that. Ooh, Sableye is scoring. Nope. Oh, I almost got it. You booger. Alright, now we're getting closer. I'm just going to defend this top pad so Sableye doesn't score on me in the back again. That's kind of his job, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah. It's easier to point and click. There's a combo you can do. You throw up your wall, and then you beat someone into the wall with your other move. And it can be a pretty powerful combo. It's harder to do it on the Switch here, but that's fine. Oh, nope. They're wasting a lot of their resources right now trying to push this bot pad. So as long as we don't all die, this could be good for us in the fights. Okay. I am going to try... Oh, Ezra's in there. Okay.
Yeah. Missed a lot, but we should be
We're ahead right
taking
now.
that advantage and hitting it right here.
But they're not here, so let's poke this.
They are way out of position here.
Oh, here they are. They have the night move. Ooh, I'm gonna get my
Kill this dude.
I'm going to eject out.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh, tried to eject out, but I got caught by that mine.
Wow, that mime is very strong.
Oh wow, and they got the Ray. Bummer.
Yeah, they wiped us.
Unfortunate, a little bit of a team wipe there. I got perma stunned on that one, friends. I was trying to get out of that. Once that mime got on top of me, I was trying to unite out. I was trying to eject out. That did not work for me. So that was unlucky. Unlucky. Get out. Okay. Oh, our Zeora is not playing currently. I'm not sure if that was the case during the fights. Not quite sure. Oof.
Yeah, I
Where's
don't
mine
think it was. I
coming
think it was
from?
just
He hurts.
frustrated
Is it this
that. I think that guy was just
Yeesh.
frustrated that.
Mine had my number this game. Oh, show.
Yeah, agreed. That mine
His
was
walls
very
were
good.
stronger than mine, apparently.
He was very good, and even when I.
Sableye was also not very nice.
Ugh, that wall has been.
That's all I'm going to say. Ooh, not the Unite move.
It does not help that I missed
Ooh,
every Unite
Ooh,
move I
nasty.
aimed.
Okay. Well, friends. Hoopa broken. And mine broken. I'm going to see if my headphones are going to want to work again. Now that my hands are free.
You lose.
I'm gonna test one more thing, and maybe are the headphones themselves broken, or is it something else that's broken? Oh, okay.
Here, let
So
me.
I just tried headphones
testing.
in here. Oh. Okay. Well, that's unlucky. It might just be the headphone jack on the. That would be super unfortunate.
Check.
It could just be
Check.
the headphone jack on the Yeti mic, which would be super unfortunate. I'm gonna try another set of headphones. I'll be back in just a moment.
In the meantime, I'll
Give me just a
entertain.
sec.
All right. So, Nor, appreciate you trying to communicate while my thumbs were busy losing that game. So one, super appreciate everybody hanging out with us, and we're having fun. So a couple things in that last game. One, definitely I did not play well. So let's not try and like make excuses for anything else. I played poorly. I definitely was pushing a little further than I should have before I had the necessary strength. But then a couple key things. One, we saw the commitment from
Norville, you're wrong. You are wrong. Okay. Let's see here. Because I want to say, if I start messing with it, so I just plugged my headphones into the computer. Most of the time, I just have my headphones plugged into the mic itself. But now I'm actually still not able to hear what is going on. So I'm gonna try to jump over to audio. Oh, it's muted. That might help if it was not muted. Aha! Hello again, Ezra! I love it. I love it. It's been the whole time. It's been the whole time I haven't been here. Please. Oh, actually, Ezra, before you continue, it doesn't sound like stream can hear you now. So give me just a second. Let me. Oh no, hang on. Headphones. Wait, continue now.
Hi, this is Ryan.
Aha.
You can call me Ezra.
Okay. Norville, can you? I think you should. I think you're back again, and I think I'm here as well. Speak one more time for us, Ezra, if you would. Okay, good. There he is. Ah, yes.
Okay, great.
Okay. So you're
Okay,
good.
so-
You were gonna comment on this match.
Yeah, so the commentary. So, again, for the third or fourth time, the very first thing to say is I played very poorly. So there's no excuse for how I played. But there were a couple points at which things could have turned.
Yeah,
Or that we gained advantages, but then didn't push the advantages.
absolutely.
And I think so. There's a couple things that I noticed. One, their jungler, basically our junglers just picked different lanes.
Yeah.
Our jungler won bot for us. Their jungler won top for them. So
Absolutely.
obviously that happened, and that does happen. That's fine.
Oh, sure.
I found that the other thing that really hurt in the long run was that their jungler supported their scaling champs, and our jungler did not.
Interesting.
So their champs were already score scaling super early, doing exactly the strategy that we talked about, right?
Sure.
We saw that Sableye just coming in, point, coming in, point. And what happens, this game is designed so that if you do not have very many points, then the time to score is so small that it's practically uninterruptible.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, but each of those instances gives you flat amount of whatever stat. And so their jungle came up and supported the character who's already doing that. So we were at a huge disadvantage to ever come back.
Sure.
I missed a few ultimates, and the other thing that was happening was you were seeing the impact of solo queue versus like when you're watching a pro team that is put together and all on mic together.
Yeah.
They are unified in their calls. So I was doing things like trying to engage when the rest of the team started to pull away and disengage.
Yeah.
So there were times where I basically ejected in and ulted and caught one or two.
But there wasn't that follow-up.
But then turned around and there was no one. And I was like, oh, whoops, bye.
Oops. Our bad.
So that happened a couple times. The other thing, we moved as all 5 to secure the top objective, which was awesome. We got it. But then we basically had already destroyed that zone in front of it, so it marched to the second zone, which was way too deep for us to be pushing.
Exactly.
So it's not a problem that we secured the objective. It's always good to secure the objective.
Yeah.
But committing 5 to it opened up the bottom side of the map so that they could move.
They caught back up.
The next time that objective came up, because the communication issue happened between us, Ark, you went bottom and secured bot objective, and
we got rolled top.
Went top.
Yeah.
And we were trying to defend, and then even when we were on our zone, no one could get there fast enough.
Absolutely.
They just completely rolled us.
Yeah.
And there were a few different points. I also think that last center objective, if we would have seen that they were out of position fast enough, we could have moved.
We could have just ripped it,
or not even necessarily won it, but gotten into position so that when they came to check, we could have caught 1 or 2 of them.
Exactly.
And potentially turned it, even though we were already behind. But obviously there was lots of communication issues, different play styles coming into play, and personally bad performance. I don't know that any of those strategic decisions that I'm commenting on, I don't know that I could have executed those properly as the primary engager for our team, because I was already so behind.
Oh, sure.
But those were some strategic decisions that could have been made differently to turn that game in our favor.
Absolutely.
So, there you go. A little bit of pro commentary. And
so
by pro, I'm definitely not pro.
So this is what I think. I think another that I was noticing too is the build that you were going on was again that speed move, which that one's a lot of fun. And then there was also X Scissor, which once again that damage kind of build. We also did have Azumarill.
Terrible when you're behind.
True. And we also had Azumarill, who was another one of our front line. And then we had both Gardevoir and myself are going to be mages. Zeora, a little bit of that assassin. But once again, we didn't have we didn't have like a fantastic front line in this game, and both Gardevoir and myself really need that front line.
That's right.
And then a lot of their team was also rather divey. So Ceruledge, a new Pokemon, and they were playing kind of that dive build. And then Mime is also fantastic at jumping in and stunning. So it also seems to me that our lack of front line and our lack of playing, being able to kind of get on top of them and lock them down, allowed their Sableye and their Mime to jump onto the guard and me, which meant we weren't outputting any damage, but then their dive were just able to jump on top of us. So yeah, another one of those things where some of that is execution, but some of that is also a team comp situation as well. But I think we might want to run that back, which is fun too.
Well, and imagine this, right? Imagine that my champ was a Snorlax,
Oh sure.
right?
Yeah.
How different would that have gone?
Oh
Whereas,
absolutely.
like, yeah, I don't deal damage, but I engage
Lock this
much
guy
more
down.
reliably.
Yeah.
Because one of the weaknesses of Crustle is, yes, he can engage, but how does he engage? He runs at you fast.
Yeah.
So having someone with a dash or a jump or some sort of a blink, those things are so much more reliable. Oh, I apologize that it's not.
Oh, you're fine. You're totally fine.
Those types of things are so much more reliable. Another note on Mime really quickly.
Yeah,
It's been a while
sure.
since I played against a Mime like that.
Yeah.
I was impressed with the wall and pretty frustrated with the controls on mobile.
Yeah.
Because what I found was, as I was, that wall was well placed, and I'm not going to fault or try and take anything away from that player.
Oh no,
there.
absolutely.
Placed the wall well.
Yeah.
But there's something that a lot of games do where if you have impassable terrain, even if your angle is not quite right, if you're trying to walk at an angle, it will basically force you at the angle that you can do that is most akin to the angle you're aiming for.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Sure.
I found that my thumb was almost having to walk my character toward the team to get away from the wall and do this long path around it.
Interesting.
It was not taking me along
It wasn't
the wall.
sliding along the wall. Sure.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know if that is intentional. Is that something about the ability? I wouldn't think so. It did not seem to. And so there were multiple times where, okay, I recognized the wall went up, I recognized what had happened, and I was actively trying to,
Yeah. Deal with the
around
wall.
it.
Sure.
And it very much felt like I was standing still.
Absolutely.
And so it felt stronger than the move is intended to be. Almost
Absolutely.
control, which is always a bad feeling. You can't blame a game on that, but
Yeah. But it felt bad.
was unfortunate. Yeah,
Sure.
it was unfortunate.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's try it again.
Yeah.
The other thing that we found is because they put the pressure on us so early, my whole I'm going to score and stack this health, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I was pretty weak from that build perspective. I had items that were doing nothing for me.
Absolutely.
And I actually think depending on how this game goes, yeah, there's another Mr. Mime.
Interesting.
I may, in fact, look at their team. They've got Mr. Mime, Crustle, and Blastoise. They're going to be in.
They're going to be very difficult. We have a lot of brawlers on our team with the Garchomp and the Machamp, but a lot of scaling characters, and the Absol and the Crustle and the Mime are all early. No, This could be another comp issue, actually.
Yeah, are we going top?
Yeah, let's go top again. Let's go top again. Unless they... Oh, this Machamp is also wanting to go top. I'm just going to go bot with the Garchomp.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because that way, you and I, who are earlier characters, can hopefully help out these characters that are a little bit later, and hopefully allow us to get into this game before we're just completely blown out. That'd be the hope anyways.
So, I know folks can't, on stream now that we're on separate lanes, see what I'm doing, but there is an important aspect to this game. Where if you are the non-carry in your lane, you really do not want to last hit your
Yes.
minions, because you are stealing very, very valuable experience from the one that you're hoping to level. So you'll notice often when Ark and I are in lane together that I'm going to try very hard to do some damage and speed up the clear, but then basically pull away at the point of last hit.
Absolutely.
And I'm doing that here on Rocks as well, though nothing quite so frustrating as I'm against Crossbow myself.
Oof,
so
rough.
use the same exact move.
Now let's.
Where are you
Oh,
going?
oh.
Oh.
Now I'm also okay. So our Gengar is doing well right now. It does look like he is.
Now is he playing real Gengar?
He's playing fake Gengar, but again,
All right.
like
fake
we
Gengar.
exactly like we were saying earlier, Ryan with the big head playing being like, you know what? If the game allows you to do it, is it actually fake? Probably not. Let's see here. Okay. So I'm also curious if we might have bots in this game based on how long the queue took. I'm curious if we might be playing against bots.
Because I'm actually not seeing opponents in my lane. All right, you guys have a my bot.
Yeah, for sure.
We-
Yeah,
There,
and another
there's
thing.
0 presence happening in my lane.
Yeah.
We're just free. I'm basically going to be free
Yeah.
scoring.
What I'm noticing as well is as soon like one of the main tells of an AI is that when they get low, they just start to retreat. Where most players, when they get low, they're not going to retreat.
Try
They're
to
gonna
fight that.
they're gonna eject. They're gonna try to get into a bush. These characters are not doing that right now. So I'm thinking it took too long for the game to
Yeah,
find
they
us
were just trying to
players. And because we're in casual, it's much more willing to match us into bots as well. Another thing that I'm noticing is even in ranked, and this is a complaint that some people have in this game, is that... Oh no!
Literally, we had it and
Just sold it.
well, the problem is people not
Saving a move for last hits.
doing the right auto attack.
Oh yeah, B instead of
Where
A,
they're
as it
they're
were.
not focusing the correct.
Yeah. Like don't hit the character, hit the
Right.
hit the bad guy.
Yeah, that's right. Focus the. Anyways, so
Yeah.
that's a bummer. I was doing it, but it was 1v2, and I'm the tank. I don't have that much damage to send.
Yeah.
Or an
Ooh,
objective,
pushed,
and then a
pushed.
champ. was
Absolutely.
Going for a kill.
Absolutely.
Like, it's fast and you just melted them. So.
Yeah.
All good. I did take Rock Tomb this particular game.
Absolutely.
Down the mass interference and the extra.
Absolutely.
I apologize for not letting you get
Oh
those.
no, that's okay. We broke the thing, we broke the pad, which is the main thing we wanted to do there. I did have more.
Oh, we could have had this guy.
Oh yeah, we told no.
Actually,
We could have scored on
might
top
still-
there.
I might still have.
Oh, Absol.
Yeah.
Come here, you. Oh wow.
Ah.
Yeah, just that raw alt as well.
you
That raw alt also says, oh yeah, this is a bot. The fact that we're able to score right now.
Why is he not on? Yeah, that's
Yeah, this.
that's fake news.
All right.
Listen, I'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it. We're gonna take the win. This does happen in ranked games sometimes as well. It is another complaint that some players have of, okay, wait, I loaded up into your game. I wanted a real challenge here, and instead you're gonna give me bots in your ranked mode. That is not bueno.
Yeah, I think most games have figured out that people are so much more willing to wait. I mean, even in a kind of an egregious amount of time
Absolutely.
for the experience that they signed up for.
Absolutely. Right, how are we doing on the top? Okay, we're good.
Yeah, we absolutely are.
So this is definitely what can happen when the skill is against robots.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, crazy numbers. Trigger warning, this is definitely not an actual game of Pokemon Unite. This is a training game of Pokemon Unite.
That's right. Yeah, we're playing. We're playing the tutorial right now.
One thing that can be really annoying though is
I still
losing a
might
bot
die.
game. Like losing a bot game or dying to it. You're just like, man, I got caught by a bot. Like, oh no.
I mean, the real truth is what happens is you're just dominating at such a ridiculous, to such a ridiculous degree. Look, you're level 12 versus this level 8 blaster. Oh, sorry, he hit. He must have literally hit 9.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Oh, he's full health again. Darn it.
you get to this point where it's like, I
can just
do
walk
whatever
into
I want.
these,
I
and then
can
they
just do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And you just get cocky and you do stuff that you would never do in a regular game.
Exactly.
But
Oh, give me my.
it's also you would have to do that so many times in a row
Yeah, exactly.
that are losing this game.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow, I missed it again. I can't even believe it.
So sad. It's so sad. What do you do?
I do feel like I remember it being a little bit wider.
Yeah,
But,
that's real.
You know, what can you say? I'm not going to I just clearly need to practice again on him before I say he's my main tank, because I'm not showing up today.
It happens. It totally happens.
No. Oh no.
And this is again something we're talking about. A mistake that a lot of players make at the end, which cost many a game, is charging that lower pad at right before the main objective is going to show up, and we're all getting caught here too. And then you get killed by their assassin, and then they're on it. But again, ooh, okay, got it. But again, I'm a player and they're not.
Yeah,
But again, that game was
honestly,
very losable there.
Exactly. We should have actually paid for that.
Yeah, but we didn't
Yeah,
because it was
yeah,
bots.
I was not paying attention at the time because exactly of the bot nature of this match. I was just like, I'm just
Yeah. And then it's down to the 2 minutes.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then it was like, as
Oh,
you're
no.
saying it, I was like, why is he saying? 45. Okay.
And I was doing the exact.
And literally,
yeah.
I watched three members of our team die, and you're very lucky that you scored when you did, or landed the damage that you did. But yeah, absolutely.
That's how you lose bot games.
That's right, and most certainly how you lose.
Yeah, absolutely. It does. I find a lot of people.
I would like to see Pokemon faint. I want to keep the Pokemon Center in business. I'm
There you go,
a big
right?
supporter of Pokemon Center. My goal is to see them
We want-
thrive.
Absolutely.
Come here.
We want Nurse Joy to get her money's worth today. Oh yeah.
Oh, when I kill you behind the wall, it feels bad. Listen, sometimes you just need a bot game to boost your morale after a battle boss.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh man.
Okay, I'm gonna ask an anathema question because
No,
it
please.
feels like if I'm a guest on the stream, they
Sure.
can hear me and everything, I should most certainly know this, shouldn't I?
No, what's up? What's up?
Who and or what is Tobin?
There's nothing wrong with that. So Tobin is what we call chat.
Hey, real quick. Our
Yeah.
MVP. MVP. Love to see that crown.
Absolutely.
Peace sign on this man.
We did.
You already skipped it. But
Let's see.
Okay, so continue with
Oh, yeah.
with the Tobin explanation.
Yeah. So Tobin is what we call chat. So a lot of the time a streamer will be like, hey chat, what's going on? So Tobin is the term that we refer to as chat is Tobin, Tobin is chat. Tobin is all of us.
Okay, that sounds a little culty.
Just a little bit.
Tobin.
Just we do
We are all Tobin. Tobin is all we.
it is a little bit cultish. And actually the Hechins and I enjoy a streamer, Iscal, is it 80? I believe it's Iscal 85. He was a pro gamer in the day, and he did a mod pack for Minecraft called Vault Hunters. And that is one of the...
I'm familiar with
Yeah.
your work with Vault Hunters, yeah.
So that is something that, and Iscal is the main designer behind that mod pack.
Okay.
And he calls his chat Dylan. And one night, Daniel and I we were texting back and forth, and I misspelled tonight or something like that. So instead it came up Tobin. And we're just like,
That
oh my
always how
gosh.
it happens. It's never like, oh, we transliterated the word for greatness.
No.
No, it's like, well, my
It
fingers
was
don't
fine.
work good.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
well, what's going on, Tobin?
Exactly. So that's what a bot game in Pokemon Unite looks like. The time before that is what happens when you get a little bit of skill diff and a little bit of team comp diff. But I still want to see if we can make this A9 and Crustal Lane work. Like, that's something I want to try. Norville, are we a typo? No.
We would never call you that.
No, definitely not. Definitely not a typo. It became intentional. It started off as a mistake on our side. Like, you know what? Our Tobin can make goodness out of even bad situations. That's what goes on.
Think of it this way. Here's what I'm picking up. What I'm hearing is that the word Tobin, the name Tobin, is a celebration of the very culture and dynamic that UninstallBros runs on.
Exactly.
Which is no, Norv, it doesn't. What it is it's the embodiment of the UninstallBros ethos. What is that ethos, you ask? It is the ability to take absolute terrible failure and mistake and what am I trying to say, right? Like,
I think that's accurate, though.
You watch the opening trailer for the UninstallBros channel, and it's literally like, did you just toss that off the edge?
So good still. So good
right?
still.
Like a mistake, but then a mistake that we take and we say, you know what? There's something here. There's entertainment and there's fun.
Exactly.
In this.
There's a lot of togetherness that happens right there too.
So there you go. So that's that. We would never call you a typo.
You're not wrong, Norville. There's a reason that I still have that as the channel trailer for us, because that moment just sums it up so well. It sums it up so well. Because earlier in the stream, I want to say that Hechins even said, yo, like, whatever you do, don't lose this or toss this. Like, it was, I want to say that Hechins grinded out that mod. I want to say that it was Botania. He grinded out Botania all week to get him a Terra Shatterer and I a Terra Shatterer. And one of the first things I do with it is yeet it off the edge. It once again unintentional, just like Ezra was saying. Tobin was unintentional, but making the best out of not ideal situations, learning from mistakes, which is definitely an ethos that we have around here.
Oh, see, I was a little harsh about it, but I like the way you said it. You're more eloquent than I am.
I am not sure what your degree was Ezra, my degree, my undergraduate. Did you get a full degree actually?
I'm a highly qualified Bible college dropout. I'll put it this way. It was a 2-year program, and I met Dan in my 3rd year, so.
Well, there you go.
You can interpret.
Good to know. Good to know. Norville, if I remember right, the moment of me yeeting it off the edge followed Hechin's long speech about how hard it was to get. Yeah, that sounds accurate, actually. Ezra, to your point, I am my undergraduate degree. So my bachelor is in communication arts. So I'm a communication major. So yeah, I definitely oftentimes the way that I put things is rather intentional, but I also am.
You is good word, dude.
Exactly. I is good word, dude. Precisely right. Oh man, indeed. So 3rd year in Bible college, was it? It was another time. It was a decade ago. We're old now. Like it was another time. It was back then.
I have no problem talking about it. My life has always been a very, very open book.
Nice.
Long story short, I've always been a bad student. Very not I don't know, it feels weird to describe oneself this way, but I'm a pretty smart guy.
Sure.
And very capable. I've
Absolutely.
never had any trouble with any subject matter or any kind of the work or assignments or whatever.
Yeah.
Other than the doing them part. The discipline,
Sure.
never there. All through middle and high school.
Sure.
And in college, especially you get into college. Now you're talking about you're on your own. You're kind of living, not really on your own. You can ask Hatch about those living situations. I mean, it was like, well, it's true sometimes.
Sure.
But no, it was just distraction central. It was so easy to get caught up in the social thing. I mean, I was playing ultimate frisbee all the time. I was chasing girls. I was doing all the things. Right?
Oh, I understand.
And
Sure.
So the long story short, there is. Excuse me. The long story short, there is. It finally got to the point where it's like, how much more are you going to spend to come here and not do what the place is for?
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
And eventually I called it. There was at the time, a girl I was serious about. And so, events I won't go into, but
sure.
But I just called it. I said, this is ridiculous. I'm sinking money. I never planned to be any kind of like a minister.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
I never wanted to be a full-time ministry guy.
Sure.
So what am I doing here? And I just headed back home and got into the workforce. And,
Gotcha.
And 10 years of life happened since, so I won't bore you with all that. But yeah, never a good student. The long story short since then is that I bounced from construction to retail sales to
Did you ready up, Ezra? You did. Oops.
I was removed from the lobby. You know what's happening to me?
Yeah.
I've got the stream on one screen. Dude, I am so sorry. I've got the stream on one screen.
Yeah.
I'm seeing delay. So I watched your queue pop.
Sure.
And by the time I looked down on my phone, it was gone.
Oh, no. No, I totally get you.
I have to wait 40 seconds apparently before I can join your lobby.
Oh no! It totally happens. Oh, yeah, interesting. It's like you're a dodger, Ezra. You're a dodger.
You filthy dodger.
Disgusting. We shall punish you. Of course.
I can't believe you would disrespect the time of your colleagues.
You do that, and yet you can have someone that will intentionally griefs an entire game. Like there's an objective up. They're intentionally not joining team fight. You can tell that they got mad about something in the beginning of the game, or they were mad before that game started. They're intentionally trolling the game, but the game doesn't have a way of punishing that. But you got punishing because you forgot to click one button in a queue. Like, it again, like that. These things do not seem like you should get punished. Like, it is true, if you're intentionally dodging queues constantly, that can also be obnoxious because you're like, okay, come on, ready up, do the thing. But when you can grief an entire game, and the only way the game punishes you is if your character's literally standing still for more than like 30 seconds, that's the only way that it catches you being AFK, you're intentionally being problematic the entire game, and it doesn't punish you, and yet it punishes you for not clicking the A button. That seems weird to me.
Yeah, man. I mean, and it wasn't whatever a punishment just now. It was just, I don't know. What is that 40 seconds accomplishing for them? Making sure that I'm here and paying attention. Okay, I see this.
Pay attention. Pay attention.
I got it.
And judging by the queue, this could be another bot game, or it could be actual people's here. So let's see. But again, yeah, I'd say we try the Crustal and a little bit of
I'm gonna
Frontline.
try something here. I'm gonna
Sure.
change my held items a little bit.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get some.
Not a bad team comp here. I think these might actually be real players, per chance. We got a support, we got a defender, we got an assassin.
My time looking like right now.
Yeah, 13 seconds.
Okay, yeah, good.
With the
Alright,
XP
I'm
share.
Focus band, leftovers, and experience share.
Nice.
So I think that is going to be a little bit better of a, indicate top here.
Nice.
1 second. I don't think anyone cares at 1 second, but
Wow, this other team, once again, thick teams that we're fighting right now. We got a Mime, a Slow, we got a double defender, and Mime, who's also a slow, like, Mime's also a thick support, oftentimes plays the role of tank anyways, so effectively triple tank. We do have an assassin.
versus 2 mages, a mage support, an assassin, and a tank. So,
That,
so we'll see. I mean, it's going to be really important in this game that
ooh, missed that.
I'm able to go toe to toe. Oh, bro, that was terrible. That was just bad timing there.
But also, the fact that you have the XP share means that even if you get the last hit, a lot of that XP is still coming my direction anyways, because we were close to each other. So, that,
But the best thing for me to do, because I get residual XP
sure.
by being lower than you in...
That is true, too, yeah.
And so, still definitely beneficial to let you take it. Hey, I'm going to need y'all to...
I'm gonna need you to back up there, Slow Bro, sir. And actually, the fact that it backed off like that, it's once again possible that we are dealing with a bot game. But it could all mean...
Well, this dude's dead, for sure.
Oh,
Oh,
come here,
oh.
come here. Okay, we just got
Bye.
dinked, but it's fine. Okay, Slow Bro evolving. Oh no, not evolving. That was you evolving. I saw the evolution. I thought it was the bad guy.
Toasty.
Oh, come here. Oh,
Oh,
no,
Fury Cutter didn't
not
go.
like that.
My Fury Cutter didn't go.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Bumsky. Yeah, I fear we might be witnessing
Another bot game. It is possible. A Slow Bro at 8 minutes is a sad thing to behold. Evolves it for
I don't think
can't
that's
get
what-
that.
I don't think that's what their dreams were made of. Sure. Alright, I'm ready to just score this here.
Yeah, for sure.
Or sorry, not score, I just mean to say level this here.
Absolutely. Okay, actually, something that we've not done
The jungle very much.
in the at 8 minutes, there's the birds that show up in the center area. Later on, this is where the main objective Rayquaza is going to spawn. But at 8 minutes, those center bees can give you a lot of XP. So if you're ever losing in lane really bad, sometimes it just works well to yeet the lane and go to that middle spot sometimes.
Oh yeah, if these aren't bots, I don't know.
Yeah, this could. We hope that these are not actual players right now, because this would be unfortunate. All right.
I'll just say this: this Slowpoke is playing on a Switch without Joy-Cons. Okay? he's playing on the touch screen. I don't know. I've never seen this before.
Oh no. It happens. It happens. Not to actual players, but to bots, it happens.
And you would think, right, that like they should at least have enough that maybe they put a couple bots on both teams.
Exactly. It feels like it's you and I and bots.
It feels like we're playing the 2v8, 2v5, or
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say. Like two real people
And
literally 8 bots.
yeah. Literally 2v8 right now. Literally 2v8. That is what it's feeling like. There is one bummer with not being able to play ranked because I play the game too much.
Well, it's not even that. I mean, you give me 1 week, I'll be better in it. We can at least play.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm not saying I'll make it to Ultra in a week, though. Quite possibly if I put in the time.
Oh yeah. There was one. So one of the technically the highest thing you can get in this game is Masters, but even in Masters, the way that it's counting MMR, you're losing. Like if you win a game, you'll earn still a lot of points, a lot of MMR, and all the way up until you're around 1,400, I would say. So when you get into Masters, you get to about 1,200 points, and up until you get to about, I'm going to say like 1,200 points. So you've already climbed 200 points in the MMR system in Masters. It's still going. You're still getting a lot more points by winning, and you're only losing like 4 or 5, but you're gaining like 10 or 12.
Right. They make it like pretty much impossible to actually go down. It's
Exactly.
just a matter of how
The
how
grind.
fast you actually climb.
Yeah. But once you get to about 1,400, once you get to about 1,400, it's you're gaining maybe like 9, and if you lose, you're getting you're losing closer to maybe you'll win and get 9, but you'll lose 8. So once again, like it's starting to balance out. And if you're actually in like the 1,600s, if you lose, you're actually losing more than you're gaining. So it's like don't lose when you're up that high. But there was one season where I actually got up to 1,600, which is you get a sticker at that point that you can put on your trainer card. And I grinded enough in season 16 to get that, and it was a grind for sure.
Yeah, I mean, essentially at some point, they can build an MMR system that is basically saying you have to play our game so many times. Like, you could have a 60% win rate, but it's going to take 400 games at a 60% win rate.
Yeah, exactly.
And that always feels a little unreasonable because basically what you're saying is, well, if you really want to be top of the ladder, you have to play a silly amount of
Absolutely, yeah. I want to say that I got 200 games that season. Once again, 1,600 is certainly not like the top of the ladder. It's more like the bottom. Because there's players that are getting up at like 2,200 points or something like that. So I'm still definitely the bottom of the ladder at 1,600. But it was the challenge was a lot. It was a lot of fun to do that challenge. It was a goal that I had, and I got it, so that was fun. But it was, and I want to say I was at like 53. It was at like 53. Yeah, he has to be. It was at like.
He didn't even use his shield.
Oh no.
Recovery.
Interesting. He didn't even use amnesia? That's so odd. Ow.
Yeah, he literally just walked away from us.
You're like, no. Alright, we are getting close to that 2-minute mark, so if we don't want to yeet this game as well, we should probably retreat a little bit. Nice. He gets it.
This is so stupid. Okay. I just got it for that.
Okay, here we go. Alright, there's a guard. If we get caught in this guard ult or this mime ult, it can be a bummer. Okay. Guard. Get out of here. Burst. Okay.
I'm on a lot of life here.
Get out of here, slow bro. No, not slow bro. Lastos, that's what it is.
I am very, very low health, but I can probably
There we go. Got it. Yeah. So this is definitely
points laying on the floor.
seriously. Yeah, this is
You can all
again.
tell it's AI because they literally can't get enough votes.
You're not wrong. Oof. Oh gosh. Okay, that was happy. I was.
Shield is so insane.
Yeah. Crustal's HP factor is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I should be dead here, but
Easy, yeah, definitely dead, but just doesn't happen. Oh my goodness. That's so funny. Okay, so I'm dead for like the rest of the game. Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh. Actually, I did not see how big my death timer was, but I feel like it must have been like 30 seconds or so.
Alright, let's see if I can score these 50.
Nice. Nice. Double. Huge. It's huge. Oh. Nope. Nope. Stop. Get away from me.
So my family, my wife's family had a magnet on their fridge
Okay.
as kids. My wife was a kid growing up.
Sure.
And it was like ways to affirm your children.
Oh, sure. Okay. Okay.
There were all these different, like, great job, you did it, whatever.
Sure.
And
Sure.
there was supposed to be like 100 of them. So at some point, the writers of this magnet, they were running out of juice, okay? They were coming up with some stuff. So they were down there. And my wife's family quotes them as jokes. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
now you're flying. You've discovered the secret. And like these ridiculous ways to affirm people.
I saw a Ezra with the MVP this game. Nicely done.
Put the hands up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 11-11. Not bad.
Not bad. Didn't score with the best of them, but I did get. I mean, I guess I was second best on our team, so. But pretty proud of the damage dealt, and also the recovery. I recovered 43,000
Sheesh.
damage.
Sheesh.
That's more than anyone on their team did. Oh, okay, that's not true. I guess their Gardevoir did some really really good damage, but that's more than most of their champions. So feeling pretty good about that.
So another website that I've used before is Unite API, and Unite API will take a look at the games and it'll let you know if there were bots involved.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to take a look at that. I would pull it up on the screen here, but I think I'd have to add a whole other like source to do that, and sometimes that's annoying.
Well, I'll ask this while you're looking that up.
Yeah.
I want to know from Tobin. See, I'm using it right. Am I
No,
using it right?
absolutely,
I want to
absolutely.
know from Tobin, not in this game necessarily. Just the Pokemon franchise. Best Pokemon. And it doesn't have to be single Pokemon. It could be your favorite evolution series or whatever family of Pokemon. But best Pokemon, hit me with it. And then we'll answer as well.
Absolutely.
And just so Tobin knows, there are correct answers. This is a quiz that will be scored.
Absolutely. Now, are you talking all gens? So the best one. The best one.
If it has been in an official Pokemon product, we'll count it.
There you go.
So, arguably, Scarlet and Violet are not official Pokemon products. Those games really disappointed.
Not a fan.
They've got some good Pokemon families, but
sure.
No, I think Sword and Shield has so far been the epitome of Pokemon experience. But yeah, so I'm curious, what is the best Pokemon? Not in this game, again, not in this game.
Sure.
Just in the Pokemon universe. Hit me with it.
Interesting.
While we're waiting on Tobin to hit us with some answers.
Absolutely.
I want to know yours, Art. What do you think?
Best Pokemon. Man, again, like I would say my favorite Pokemon is probably Umbreon. I like Umbreon, and I really like the Umbreon Shiny. That just the slight change from the yellow to the blue, and that shiny. Blue's my favorite color. Umbreon is definitely special. If it was favorite mythical, it's Mew, hands down. If it's favorite legendary, it's Rayquaza. So I'm talking Umbreon for general. Favorite mythical, Mew. Love the Mew design. And then Rayquaza for favorite legendary. That's where I am right now. What is it? No, you said, Ezra, that this was going to be scored. So there's a right answer to this. What is the is your favorite the right answer?
There's no I'm sorry. Let me not, as there is a right answer, but think of it this way: like,
sure,
there's a scale. It's graded on a curve, and somehow, after you said Umbreon, I just knew that you were going to Mew. I just knew you were going to Mew.
Interesting.
And I wonder why. I wonder if there's a correlation between Evolution fans.
Could be.
And Mew. Because Mew is one of those.
It's the easy answer.
But not too cute. It's not like made to be a doll Pokemon, right?
Absolutely.
And I also think that there is something interesting in a Pokemon who's not like hyper statted but can learn every move, and there's some versatility there.
Absolutely.
So I'm not hating on your choices.
No. Absolutely not.
But I do find them interesting.
That's totally real.
It's tough. I say that there's a right answer or whatever.
Sure.
Of course, there's not any true Pokemon fan is going to have a lot of favorites.
Oh yeah.
Probably my all-time favorite Pokemon family is, and forgive me, I go to describe it and blank on the name.
I totally understand.
I'm terrible. The Aegislash family.
Oof.
I think there's something about this form shifting and I just love it. I love
Absolutely.
it so much. And also a big fan. I mentioned early Chandelure. I think from a flavor standpoint, there's something rich in design there. But my first love.
Oh,
my
sure.
First love.
Yeah.
Gotta be Nidoking.
That's. You struck me as a Nidoking guy, actually. When you were talking about families and evolutions, my brain's like, I wonder if the Nido, like the Nido line is something that he appreciates. So just like you were like, I wonder if Mew and Umbreon was a thing for me. I was also like, wait a minute, this guy kind of strikes me as like a Nido kind of guy.
Are there some correlations happening?
It's possible. It's possible.
You hit me with the legendary and how did you list it? Legendary and ultimate?
The legendaries and the mythicals.
Is what you said.
Yeah.
So forgive me for being blurry. As long as I've played the games, I've never paid super attention to how that delineation happens.
Oh, absolutely.
Are legendaries the ones that you are given at the end of the game?
Effectively speaking.
They're the ones on the box, right?
Yeah. Typically speaking, exactly.
Okay. And then the mythics being essentially the god Pokemon.
Yeah. Because you have like Mew, you have Celebi, you have Jirachi, but then you also have trying to remember if they count Arceus as a mythical or they count him as a legendary Pokemon. And then, but you also have like Hoopa. Hoopa's technically like a mythical Pokemon, not a legendary.
Let's just hit Pokemon DB real quick.
Absolutely.
Let's make sure I'm playing by the rules.
I totally understand. Are you familiar with Cerebi? Like SER? Like that's typically like when I'm looking up like what is a mythical, what is a legendary. I'm just like, oh look, Cerebi has a list for me right here, and I'm always impressed with how quickly Cerebi, like as soon as the DLC drops or as soon as this drops, how quickly they got that. Always impressed with how quickly they update their information. I'm just like, whoa.
Oh, and being able to quickly flip through versions. I mean, if I'm looking up any information for the actual RPG game,
Sure.
This is where I'm at.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Though I am having trouble finding it. I'm seeing the Pokedexes here.
Oh, sure. I wonder if I had to like search that directly, like Cerebi legendary list or something.
Yeah, I'm on the Gen 9 Dex, and then I wonder if I can just sort by. Yeah, there it is.
Nice.
By. No, there it is.
Let's see. Oh, so on here, it's even talking about like sub-legendary and then legendary, which effectively means, basically the legendary they're claiming is like the box legendaries. And then the sub-legendary are some of those other Pokemon. So in Scarlet and Violet, they're saying the sub-legendaries were like Wo-Shin, Shane Pao, like the 4 tablet Pokemon. Yeah. And then it was saying, obviously, that Koraidon and Miraidon are the legendaries, as well as Terapagos, apparently. Those are like real Pokemon.
Okay. Oh, but see, Mythics, I'm getting a list. That cannot be right.
It's saying like mythical, like you got Mew, Celebi. It's talking for Gen 9. It was talking like Petarant or whatever.
It's including what I always call the legendary birds, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. It's saying these are sub-legendary.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Red Rock, Regice. Yeah, interesting.
Which is also, that certainly falls when you're taking a look at like the pattern of the games. These are those Pokemon that you can typically catch like along the way, but it's not necessarily like the main one like drives the story.
Right. You definitely save state and definitely use Ultra Balls to catch these, but but they are not uncatchable.
Exactly.
But there is only one of them, so I can see that. Dang, there's some expansion content I have not played because who is this dude?
Oh, which one? These
Okidogi and
Dory
and
yeah. Though they were the DLC for Scarlet and Violet, effectively. Yeah.
I told you how I felt about those games.
You did.
So now I'm looking at Mythics, so let's go through the Mythics real quick.
Sure.
favorite mythic. All right. I would not have said this until I looked at this list,
Sure.
but probably Keldeo. If they are saying this is mythic, Keldeo has got to be up there, and here's why. I am a sucker for the Three Musketeers.
Oh, absolute. Who's not? Oh, yeah.
And I was in an IMDb tunnel for like 2 hours looking up Three Musketeers content.
Absolutely. I hear you. I hear you.
And so Keldeo being a little D'Artagnan, I'm like way in on that.
So,
All right.
you mentioned D'Artagnan.
Oh yeah, I apologize for the mispronunciation of it.
So the funny thing here is I had no idea how to pronounce. Now you said that D'Artagnan is a mispronunciation. How do you believe you're supposed to say this name?
No. I think D'Artagnan is probably correct.
Yeah.
I said D'Artagnan because I'm a dumb American.
so this is the best thing. So there's a term for this, but when you've only read a word, so you mispronounce it in real life.
Yes.
I read The Three Musketeers. I read through the entire thing, and my brain said D'Artagnan the entire time I was reading the book. And then I said it to someone out loud. Well, they didn't. It was one of my family members, and they're like, "What did you just say? Do you mean D'Artagnan?" And I was like, "How does that get you to D'Artagnan? Like, what do you mean?"
Yeah, that's some real French stuff right there. D'Artagnan.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I can.
Listen.
Oh man, hit me with it. Hit me with it.
It's clearly not an English word, okay? So there's a lot of grace here.
Absolutely.
But anyhow, I just I love that flavor and just Keldeo being this kind of punk kid looking horse. I'm in.
Oh yeah.
I think that's my mythical.
So now Ezra, I think a follow-up question I have to ask is, are you a brony?
Am I a brony? I think I understand what that term is referring to, and I can say unequivocally no.
Okay. Then
Only if
yeah.
I'm correct that you're referring to like a My Little Pony bro.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
that is where my brain goes.
Not my franchise.
I will say I love.
I
Well,
don't know anything about it.
I love that John Delancey, who plays Q in Star Trek: The Next Generation, plays one of the ponies in My Little Pony. Like that is he plays a dragon, I think, in My Little Pony. But again, that just makes me like, you know what? Maybe I should become a brony, because then once again I would actually know like what character John Delancey plays. But other than that, like that's the extent of my knowledge on My Little Pony.
Yeah, no, I think I just barely could conjure to mind what that was in reference to. I think maybe it had been referenced on a comedy podcast.
Absolutely.
That's about the extent of my knowledge of the My Little Pony world.
Absolutely.
It's been going for a long time.
Yeah.
Heck, My Little Pony was around when I was a kid.
Yeah, seriously.
So
Yeah. And as we noticed earlier, we're old men now, so
yes, I am for sure.
oh
I
man.
think I had to pick a legendary real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Legendary?
Yeah.
Veltal or Xerneas? I loved X and Y generation. They are
Yeah.
they just felt properly epic.
Absolutely.
And I also love when they don't just do the dragon thing. I feel like they were leaning on dragons really heavily for a long time.
Absolutely.
And I get it. Dragons feel epic, but there is something to finding epicness outside of dragons that I really appreciated. Solgaleo and Lunala, I think, were also very, very cool designs.
Oh, sure.
I think maybe if I just had to like give one the edge, I think Xerneas might take it for me.
That's
There's
real.
also the introduction of fairy type.
Yeah.
That finding a way to represent that without it being a pink fluff Pokemon. because so many of the fairies that they did were like, oh, well, guess what? Well, we already have Wigglytuff and whatever, so...
Pink blobs.
Those are fairies.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, like, this elegant kind of a fey elk creature. I thought it was a very cool way to interpret fairy, and yeah, I think that might be my legendary if I had to pick one.
I get you. I totally get you.
All right. Well, what are you
Cool.
thinking as far as the stream? You want to do one more? You want to call it?
The fact that we're getting, so here for me, it's about 11:42. So I'm thinking in the standard battles, I'm thinking we're probably going to get mostly bots
Trying out,
here
right.
on out. So my thought is we'll call it for tonight. But I want to say thank you so much for jumping in, Ezra. It has been a blast having you. Really appreciate it. We definitely need to do it again. Hopefully when we can do some ranked, so we'll hopefully get less bot games. But
Well,
once again, I've enjoyed it.
I'll make a commitment, man. I'll start grinding some bot. You know, this can be my mobile game for the next little bit.
I appreciate it.
In those drive-throughs or whatever.
Sure.
And I'll crush some games, and we'll just get to the point. It doesn't seem like I have that far to go.
No,
Basically,
I don't think so.
I'm right on the top end of whatever it's called. Ultimate
Sure.
Or something.
Absolutely.
So, you know, yeah, I'm 2 away from you, but you can play with the rank beneath. So
Yeah,
basically,
exactly.
if I can get into veteran, we should at least be able to start playing. But I'll try and get far enough in that you don't level out of being able to play with me.
Sure.
While we win. So yeah, and I'll also stick to playing on my mobile so that
Cool.
I know how the heck to cast my ability.
Always a positive thing as well, right?
Yeah, those are my commitments to the stream. So.
Well, we very much appreciate it. Ezra, once again, it's been... Hechin would talk a lot about you, so it's been great to hang out with you. Thanks for jumping on stream. And Tobin, thank you for being here. Norville, thank you for being in the chat. I think we're going to call it for tonight. Yeah. But we'll be back. We'll have more Pokemon Unite. And Hechin will be back again, probably flying to the skies. He has some island ideas and different things that he wants to conjure up. So it's going to be good. Norville, thank you. Have a great night. Ezra, you have a great night. We'll catch you all soon.
Well, man.
Yeah. We'll catch you guys later. Thanks, everybody.
Have a good night, you guys.